Good evening once again. Today is our day three of this capacity building for 1,000 Nigerian civil servants. Uh, as always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the day. And our outlines for today goes like this, which is recap on day two. That is what we have covered on day two. Turn off, hibernate, sleep, and restart. Then cursor, mouse, and touchpad. Then folder creation, how to create a folder, name it, rename it, and archive it. Then copy, cut, and paste. Then move to question and answer session, then conclusion, and call it a day. So a recap on day two. So on day two, we discuss on importance of computer. You will see how computer is important to us, from the speed and accuracy, efficiency, connectivity, storage. Then we see the uses of computer, where and where we can use computer for our today day-to-day activity. Then we also see the difference between hardware and software. Then we also see the difference between input and output device. And also we brainstorm our brain by small challenge in which we categorize photocopy machine into input and output device because it performs two functions. Then moving to computer software and hardware, we know the difference between computer software and system software, then application software and computer memory, then difference between RAM and ROM. So I think this is what we have covered yesterday. So moving to our today's class, which is turn off, hibernate, sleep, and restart. Yeah, even as a human being, there is time for you to rest. Yes, there is time for you to sleep, which is permanent sleep. After you are done with your work, maybe you are closed for a day, then go back home and sleep. And there is time for you to eat and refuel yourself so that you can get more energy to work again. And there is time for you, maybe you can just take a nap. And there is time for you, you just sleep. You are just resting without doing any work. Or maybe you are under a tree, under a shade, or maybe you are under a fan or under AC. So even computer, there is time for computer to do that. So we'll talk on that also. So why you need to turn off your computer? Yes, you need to turn off your computer when you are done with your work totally. For example, maybe you are generating a salary payroll and your closing time normally is 5 o'clock in the evening. So after you have finished generating the payroll, so you can turn off your computer and go home. That means you are done with today's work. So that is when you can turn off your computer. Then uh, then putting it on hibernate and sleep. You can put your computer on hibernate only when you are not done with your work. And maybe it is a closing time. As I said earlier, maybe you are generating a payroll. So, and maybe you just generated some payroll. You have not finished generating it. So you need to continue working on it tomorrow. So you have to put it on hibernate. Then if you come back tomorrow, you just come and meet it the way you left it and continue your work. That's hibernate. Then for sleep, maybe you are on a meeting and you just take a break. Maybe you want to go and eat. So you can just put it on sleep. Then after that, you can just come back and continue. So the only difference between hibernate and sleep is that hibernate is a long-term sleep. is a long-term sleep, while normal this sleep is a short term. It's a short time. Hibernate is a long time. Sleep is a short time. And if you put your computer on hibernate, there is no consumption of your battery. There is no consumption of your energy. It will not be consuming your charge. But when you put your computer on sleep, it will be consuming the power of the computer and also the battery. So that's the only difference between hibernate and sleep. Then restart. For restart, like I said earlier, even human being, there is sometimes he need to restart himself. Maybe by taking food. That means he has refuel himself. So even computer, there is time for you to restart your computer. So when is the time? Why you need to restart your computer is maybe after you installed new softwares on it. Normally, computer after you install new software on it, it will be working slow. So you have to restart it for it to be working perfect. So now let's do a small practical, or let me just show you how you can. Although I will not turn off hibernate, sleep, or restart my computer, let me just show you how to do that. Okay, so let me see. So I hope you can see my screen. So now if you want to turn off your computer, if you come out at the bottom edge of your computer, you see a window logo. So if you click on it, come to this power option. So if you click on it, it will display sleep, shutdown, restart, and also hibernate. But some computers did not come with hibernate. You have to set it or you have to put it there. So this is sleep. By just clicking on it, your computer will be on sleep. This is shutdown. By just clicking on it, your computer will shut down automatic. This is restart. By clicking on this restart, you restart your computer. So this is where you can put it. Just navigate to the bottom edge of your computer, go to power. You will see all four options there. So that's how uh you put your computer on sleep, hibernate, and restart. Then so uh let's move to let's continue with our practical. Let's continue with our class. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So I'm moving to the next agenda in our today's class, which is cursor, mouse, and touchpad. Of course, there is difference between cursor, mouse, and touchpad. And even the cursor, we have Mac OS cursor and we have Windows cursor. For those of us that are using Windows, so the cursor is of different type. Yeah, the cursor is of different type. And also the mouse is of different type for those that are using Windows and for those that are using Mac OS. Now, as you can see, this mouse now is for those that are using Windows operating system. If you are using Windows operating system, this is how your mouse look like. This normal mouse that you use to navigate, that you use to click and do something else. While if you want to click on a link, maybe by the time you want to join our Zoom meeting. So by the time you want to join our Zoom meeting, if you want to click, it will just show this hand. It shows that you are clicking on a link. That this is what it shows. This type of cursor. While this type of cursor now it shows you are typing text. Maybe you are typing a memo. It will be directing you, or it will be showing you which text are you going to type next. Why for those that are using Mac OS, This is how their mouse look like. This is how their cursor look like. This is just normal cursor. This is for if you want to click on a link. This one is for text. Maybe if you are if you are typing a text. So this is how it will look like for those that are using Mac OS. So, and for mouse, this is what we call a mouse. It has a wire attached to it. And also we have a Bluetooth mouse, a mouse that doesn't have this wire. You just connect it with the Bluetooth of your system and you can start working on it. And this also wired or Bluetooth mouse has right click on it. It has left click on it, and it also has a scroll bar on it. Then this touchpad. Normally touchpad is for laptop. Yeah, as you can see, this is the area where you can be touching. You can be touching. This is the area. That's why they call it touchpad. Then this is left click. This is right click for those that are using laptop. Although even your laptop, you can connect this mouse to it. You can just find a port and put it there, and you can continue working with it. And also you can use a Bluetooth mouse. So this is all about mouse. This is the only difference between mouse and touchpad. This is the only their difference. Then moving to the next agenda, which is folder. Yeah, folder. Uh, Folder is like, the way you arrange your files in a filing cabinet or maybe in a drawer. So that's the same thing this folder did. You just store all your document inside. So we see how to create a folder, how we can rename it, and also how we can archive it. So that's what we are going to do. So now let's see how we can create a folder, how we can rename it, and how we can archive it. So let me stop sharing my screen and then move to uh, let me see. Okay, so let me reshare my screen again. Okay, so now if we want to create a folder, right, and name the folder or rename it, and also archive some files inside the folder, this is what we are going to do. First of all, you come to the desktop side, the desktop view of your computer, then right click on it. So if you right click on it, then you click on what? New. By clicking new, so you come to folder. So the folder automatic, it will display a name, new folder, because you are creating a new folder. So you can just delete it and name it on with the name you want. So let's say we want to give it administration. List administration. So now this is our folder. So now maybe we want to rename. No, it's not administration. Maybe you want to rename it. So if you want to rename a folder, just right click on it, come to rename. So maybe we want to add unit. So administration units. Press enter. So now this is our folder. So under this administration unit, we have a lot of departments. So maybe we have HR department, we have academic department, we have bursary department. So now, if we want to create folders inside, that's subfolders, folder inside a folder, we right click on it, then come to new, then folder. So maybe this is HR, right? Then we want to create another folder, let's say maybe academic record or academic. So let's call this academic. Then uh maybe we have, let's say, registrar, or let's say bursary department. So maybe these are the three departments that we have under administration. So you see, as we created the parent folder, which is administration unit, so inside it we have child to that parent folder, which are called subfolders. So maybe now under this academic, we have let's say three faculties. So we will create another folder inside. Let's say this is engineering. Let's create another one. Let's say education. Education. So let's create another one. Let's say agriculture. That's faculty of agriculture. Let's say agriculture. So maybe now also under education or under engineering, we have some department. We will we will click inside it again, right click, click on new, then click on folder. So let's say electrical. So let's say mechanical. So continuously. So now this is how you continue creating folder inside folder, which we call subfolders. Then maybe under electrical, we have list of students that have been admitted, maybe 2022, 2023, 20. So you see, this will make your work very easy. This will make your work very easy. So if you are looking for something, you just enter the folder and just navigate. You just go straight to what you are looking for. Instead of maybe you want to start looking for a file, you have to destroy all the filing cabinet, looking for this file, looking for this file. And at the end of the day, you just get frustrated and just leave the place. So, but with computer, you can just create a folder and organize all your work. So yeah, as you can see, we have administration unit, academic unit, engineering, continuously. So that's how you'll be creating your folder. So as you can see, this is our parent folder, which is administration. So you see, we have a lot of department. So you see, so this is how we create folder inside inside another folder. So let's continue with our, so let me reshare my screen again. Let me reshare my screen again. Sorry. So let me reshare my screen again. So we stop at a folder. We have seen how to create folder, how to rename it, how to name it, and also how to archive. That's how to arrange your files inside the folder. So now we'll move to copy, cut, and paste. So these are three things that we use in computer when you want to make duplicates and when we want to remove a file permanently from its place. So copy is just a process of making a duplicate of your file while leaving the original. you just make a duplicate of that file while the original file is there. That's what we call copy. You just copy a file while the original file is there. You just make a duplicate copy of that file. While cut is removing a file entirely, removing a file totally from its destination, from its place. Then paste is pasting what you have copied and also pasting what you have cut. So paste cannot work without copy. And also paste cannot work without cut. You cannot just come into computer and paste while you did not copy anything. Or you cannot just come into computer and paste when you do not cut anything. So that's the only difference between copy cut. Copy is the process of making a duplicate, while cut is the process of making it's the process of removing a file or document or folder entirely from its location. Maybe you want to change the location of that folder or a file. So that's when you will cut. So so now let's do a small practical on this copy and paste and cut. So let me stop sharing my screen. So let me see. Okay, so let me share my screen again. I think. Okay, so now maybe let's check for example now this academic, right? Or let's check for example now this HR. We want to make a duplicate or bursary. Maybe this bursary we want to make a duplicate of this bursary inside academic folder. So what we will do is just right click on it. After you right click on it, you just press copy. So it means now you have copied it while leaving this one here. This one is there. So now we want to make a duplicate of it. So onto this academic now, just right click and paste. So you see, we have bursary here inside our academic folder. And also we have bursary here inside our administration folder. So that's how we copy and paste. Then this HR now, let's say for example, we want to cut it and paste it inside this bursary. So you just right click on it, then cut. After cutting it, then maybe come here, then right click, then paste. So if we go back there, so you see, it has gone. So we have cut it. It is not there. So that's how we copy, that's how we paste, and that's how we cut and also paste. So copy is just making a duplicate of a file, leaving the original one, while cut is removing a file removing a file permanently from its place. Then paste. Paste cannot work without copy, and it also cannot work without paste, without cut. There is no way you just go to computer and paste without copying anything or without cutting anything. So just that's just about copy and paste. So so let me reshare my screen again. Sorry. So let me reshare my screen again. Okay, so that's all about copy, cut, and then paste. So moving to the next agenda on our slide, which is question and answer. So I think for the absence of question and answer, you can call it a day. And thank you for listening